Hey everybody, and welcome to Igniting Courage Podcast, episode 48. So I just finished watching Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is that documentary about Mr. Rogers. Now, first of all, great movie. Everybody should watch it. It's just, I felt that calm comfort that I used to feel when I watched it when I was little, but just in a little bit more of an intellectual place. But I was amazed at the people who were against him. I mean, so many people had the belief that there must be something wrong with him because he was so unusually positive and lovely and loving, and that people needed to believe that there was something amiss with him, that either he was gay, which back then wasn't as accepted as it is now, or that he had impure thoughts about kids or something like that. I mean, people even protested his funeral. People accused him also of ruining a generation by telling them that they were all special and making a generation of entitled individuals. I got to tell you, people, one show, an hour a week isn't going to do that. But that's a whole different podcast. But all these people, and I believe they were afraid, which led them to attack him, right? And what were they afraid of? Why did there have to be something wrong with him or manipulative about what he was doing? Why can't we just trust that someone is just a good person? Now, I think there are a few reasons. Now, first of all, because we know too much, especially these days, through the magic of the internet and the power of 24-hour news stations, we see every child abduction, every school shooting, every murder on the loose, every drive-by, every terrorist attack sensationalized and splashed all over our news feed over and over and over. And among 7.5 billion people on the planet, we see the worst repeatedly. And also because of our own experience. We've all been hurt. We've all had difficult experiences that weren't fair. They weren't right, and they felt like crap, to say the least. And we play that on the 24-hour news station in our heads. Over and over, we remind ourselves of our hurts. And we start to believe that everyone is out to get us. Now, does all that bad stuff happen in the world? Absolutely. And is it perfectly logical to be wary of trusting people? Sure, it's logical. But it's ruining our ability to see the good. I lead expeditions to Malawi in southern Africa, and people say, "Oh, aren't you afraid?" And I quickly and honestly replied, absolutely not. With all the traveling I do all over this country, I'm just as likely for something bad to happen to me in Malawi than for something bad to happen to me in Detroit or Bloomington, Indiana, or Traverse City. I mean, there are bad people everywhere. And there are more good people everywhere, a lot more. And the concept of assuming positive intent is one that I've been noodling over for a while. I believe that most of the people I meet want the same things I do. Basically, a roof over their heads, for their loved ones to be happy and healthy, to feel safe and fed, and have hope for their future. And I believe we are all doing the best we can. Now, does that mean I walk around hugging people at 2 a.m. on the streets of Baltimore? No. Does that mean that I meet people on the internet and get in their cars with them and go out to dinner? No. I mean, there's a difference between assuming the good in people and handing myself over to everyone and putting myself in a potentially dangerous situation. I mean, there's a difference between being appropriately self-aware and looking for the bad in everyone. I mean, if my neighbor, who I haven't met yet, stops by to say hello, I'm not automatically going to assume that they're trying to sell me Tupperware or get into my house to steal my stereo system. I may not let them in, and if they start peeking around and casing the joints, I'll probably work on a different tack. But until then, until they give me a reason to, I'm just going to assume that they're a nice neighborly person. If a man or a woman even in a bar approaches me to talk, I'm not going to automatically assume that they want to take me home, tie me to a wall, and whip me with al dente fettuccine. I'm going to be polite and engage in friendly conversation, and if they happen to offer the fettuccine bit, I can politely say, hey, no thanks, I like my pasta fully cooked, and move on with my evening. If I'm walking around the grocery store and my much beloved nieces and nephews, start saying hi to somebody and asks if we like Cookie Crisp because he's thinking of getting it for his grandkid's visit, I'm not going to assume he wants to steal the children. Now, I'm not going to hand them over to him and help him do the rest of his shopping, but we can engage in friendly and supervised conversation, then wish him luck, smile, and get on with our shopping, feeling good about a friendly connection we made with a kind stranger. The point is, I believe very, very strongly that there are way more good people in the world than bad. If we go into every interaction looking for the good, we're more likely to see it. If we go into every interaction looking for someone to take advantage of us and hurt us, we're never going to open up to the wonderful humans that surround us and to the connections that make our daily life on this planet more tolerable. Living in fear is no way to live. We have to have the courage to see the positive possibilities, and we're more likely to see the wonderful things that are happening all around us, because they are every moment. So look around, look for the good, and you're going to see it. And your life will just look a little more sunshiny. Good luck, everyone.